What's happening, y'all? It's the Source.com, you know what I mean? I be the General still, one half of Smith & Wesson, 1/8 for the Grade 8, you know what I mean? And this is where you need to be, baby. Alright? Welcome to Bucktown, USA, the soundtrack. Source.com, the exclusive.
Welcome to Bucktown, baby, where everything ain't all that it seems. Welcome to Bucktown, baby.
The new album, Welcome to Bucktown. The soundtrack. I don't like to call it an album, I like to call it a soundtrack. Because, personally I think that we need music that goes with the times. Music that inspire people, music that get people through the day-to-day, you know. And, you know, we really don't have albums out there right now. A lot of people put out singles and ringtones, which is cool, but we need a little bit more. The people need more food. So I put out this album, Welcome to Bucktown, the soundtrack, the soundtrack to give it a little more depth, to give it a little more season, to say, you know, this is something that comes from, you know, a whole trial of where I've come from, you know what I mean? For those who may not know, I'm part of Smith & Wesson. Our first single, our first introduction to the game, our first single was Bucktown. You know, I think it was important to put this soundtrack out because we tend to forget the soul of the music. You know, the soul of the music comes from the soul of the community, the soul of the people. Whatever it's about so many different things. You know, it's not always about what's on the radio. We tend to forget what's out there. So this is why it's called the soundtrack, because there's so many different, you know, genres within. The whole conception of Bucktown USA Entertainment is another reason why this soundtrack is out now, because it's more than just still putting out a solo project. It's the evolution of music, as my man Wise Dre would say. We have to use what we learn to do something, because there's people that's come up behind us and somebody got to take some type of responsibility. I'm not trying to save the nation, but I am. You know what I mean?
How do you feel that the digital landscape is kind of taking away from that, or helping that?
Well, I think for one thing, it helps, just like any other power. The power you can use for good or for evil. You know, and I think that what's real is, like, I know about an artist named Kanan from Somalia. You know, and it's not because of the radio. You know what I mean? So, due to our determination in doing what we do, this is where the responsibility comes in. Like, you just do what you do. We do it and lead by example. You know, some of us step out a little bit more, you know, we take that heat. But for others, we just gotta be responsible in being mature individuals. Like, we've been through a lot. You know, there's no reason to fake. There's no reason to act like if you sell drugs, you're not risking a chance of doing life in jail. You know what I mean? If that's the lifestyle that you wanna promote. But that's not what we all about. So, you know, I think it's important. The digital age is definitely important because we get to communicate with people who we may not be able to communicate otherwise.
Do you think there's a gap between our generation and this new generation that's coming up?
Between every generation there's a gap. You know, which is why I think, me personally, I think music is important, because it's not really a social platform for us to get together. It's not a political platform for us to get together. It's not a religious platform for us to get together. It's something as simple as hip-hop, or something as simple as bebop, or something as simple as jazz, which hip-hop takes all of the elements from these different things, which make hip-hop so important. You know, which makes hip-hop political, which makes hip-hop social. So now we fill a void by just being regular people from the neighborhood, you know. And we don't even, it's not even like you trying to be like, all right, I have to wear a suit and tie every day. I wear a suit and tie because it just feels good. And I like the response that I get when I wear it. I also like to wear camouflage because it feels good. And I like the response that I get, and my Timbs feel good when I grip the concrete jungles and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, I also like how linen feels, you know, so you gotta know how to mix and match. So that's the essence of camouflage. And when you're a person that's going through a trials and tribulation that everyday people go through, you gotta know how to adapt and adjust. So that's what we, you know, going to boot camp. I hope I'm not jumping, but that's where I'm a boot camp member. You know that, you know. But that's where that whole mentality comes in. Bucktown's a state of mind that I'm trapped in. as far as going solo, like I'm still a little bit in denial as far as that, because I don't really like what that implies, because I did not do this project by myself. You know, it started with a thought, you know, the Black Dot. But I could not have done it without my PNC. I could not have done it without Tech. I could not have done it without Boot Camp. I could not have done it without Cynical. I could not have done it without some of the people who let me slide without paying a couple of bills in the studio. You know what I mean? Big up the SMTs, you know what I mean? Brian, you know, D, Drew High. A lot of people that's instrumental in this whole project. But, you know, like when it's a solo project, you know, it's just more weight on you. So it's like you have to make sure this is what you want to put out. But then again, like, what's the difference?